Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to episode 18 of The Keepers of the Gauranlen Grove, which originally aired live on Twitch. Alright, Aoife's helping to haul the steel, and these guys are 0.3 days away with 0.7 days of food. You were wondering if converting speeds up if you keep their mood low. Converting speeds up if the things that they care about for their own ideologies are violated. But also, yeah, if their mood is low, they're more likely to have a crisis of faith as well. So it's sort of a, to some degree or another, it's best to abuse the people that you need to convert. But also, if you are in a tight situation, such like I am, where I don't have the luxury of being a man down or dealing with someone's mental break, I'm not about to have Gray get punished because I need every shooter to fight the pirates, the mechs, etc., etc. A new prediction, sure. Okay, there it is. It's going to be a short one. Will the group, the collective, these 6, be able to clear the site? I'm surprised they haven't rested yet. Why aren't they resting? I have no idea. I guess we're doing a night encounter. I'm going to keep it paused for a minute because I don't think it's fair to have a prediction running while we're here. But let's analyze the situation. So I am in the north, in the marsh. They are a brand new subset. Same weapons, so 4 sniper rifles. Now the only problem here, I actually might come back. Let's take a quick look. Are these? No, actually the mares are awake, so I'm not going to come back. So the reason why I was planning on coming back is if the animals are asleep, you can't pulse them. But it looks like most of the animals that are going to help me in this fight, which are these horses, are already awake. So I might as well pulse ASAP, providing that these horses don't go to sleep. And that will draw as a distraction so that I can come in and try to clean up these snipers. I think the way to do the snipers is to use either this mountain or this ruin to break line of sight to get closer and to engage them in a sort of CQB. Are the religions based upon Shadow and Bone universe? No, it's not. Not at all. The Dryad's 18 hours away from hatching too, so we're gonna have another giveaway soon. Bernona. I don't have a Sunseeker here, or whatever they're called. All right. Prediction. So very few say no. You're welcome to vote however you want. Okay, that wrapped up. Who has my pulsar? Pulsed. Okay. Everybody go over here. We are going to have a raccoon of our own to kill, but like, that's not big a deal. All right, let's kill the raccoon quick and then start to get into position. Go horses, go. Looks like they are splitting up, so Leah or whatever her name is coming first with a chain shotgun, so obviously I'm not going to want her to get close. Let me organize these guys from range and close range and farther range into different groups. So, oops. They are just beyond my maximum range, so I'm going to get a little bit closer to try to shred that combat shotty before they get shots on me. But they are moving away from me quick. Okay, there we go. Got their attention. Everybody dump. Okay. I don't want her to get too close. Let's, Kadath, you stay there. Nope. I think you're behind the tree. Jazz is in range, get behind cover. And my shooter's back up. Miserable accuracy. So I am just out of range. Kadath is in danger here. And he gets busted up. She's doing a much better job. What is your skill? 13? She's doing a much better job than we are. And then Jazz, of course, is getting overwhelmed as well. Kadath is getting ripped up. I'm getting him into full cover now. Could my shooter shoot? Like, for real? For real? Like, how many bullets have you shot at Laya? 15? 20? Rounds? Waves? Bursts? You've hit... Oh, okay, Jazz is down. You've hit nothing. And it's driving me batty. It's ridiculous. Alright, Clement's time. Jazz is a wimp. That's why he's downed. Clement should be easy to wipe up here. Except for that he's on go juice. So he's going to be a little resistant. Gray takes a shot to the clavicle. And again. Okay, and now they are fleeing. They're officially fleeing. So, Kadath is bleeding the most. Oriana, tend. Gray, get closer. I don't really care about Jazz. He's just gonna lay there. He's a wimp. That's what he does. God, that Leah lit me up. And we shot so many waves, and hit so much of nothing. So here is the fleers. If we take a look at the animals, every animal is knocked unconscious, so this site here is ours to clear. The other thing I'm going to do is not risk it. I'm going to hit a pulsar so that no one has a mental break anyway. And then Tailsin is, yeah, so we are able to clear the site. The pirates have fled, so I can resolve that prediction. It was a Pyrrhic, costly victory, but still technically a victory. Frustrating one considering I shot hundreds of rounds and hit basically nothing. Despite the fact that my skill with the assault rifles is 12, 6, 7, you know, 12 versus 13. You'd think I'd do better than that, but nope, I did not. So Kadath survived his wounds, did not lose a leg like Bronona did. I am sending my initial people in to destroy that EMI site so I can get power back in the base. Oh, look, the pyromaniac is burning to death. Justice has been done. Avakir, thanks for the follow, by the way. Alright, so here's the stupid EMI site. Surrounded by morbid sandstone. Oh, too creepy for me. Oriana, trend to gray. Kadath. Go, I don't know, go somewhere. What is that, a slave collar? Yeah, it's a slave collar. I'm just painting the goods in a stockpile so I can exit with them. Oh, you pyromaniac? Nope. But my guess is you're the one responsible for burning your friend Marie. Mara, could you let Tailsin in? Thank you. Alright, Gray is getting patched up. We found ourselves sandstone beds. That's unfortunate. I would have liked if it was wood. And a grim lamp. No, it's a normal lamp. Here's a robe. You know that robe that you told me to remember to bring? Done. I'll have someone run that robe over to the town. That's hilarious. Again, granite beds and morbid lamps and a plasteel stellic crown. That's not a bad haul of money. Put this fire out. All right, Oriana, Tent, Jazz, Gray. You can go over here. I don't know. There's also the gibbets cages that I'll check out once I check out the loot. Gibbet cage. Yeah, let me pop that open. And they're dead. Okay. Yeah, I think it only stores dead people, right? Storage, yeah, Tish dead people. So it's to intimidate me, and well, I wasn't intimidated, so all right. Oh no, you're still tending. And just another gibbet cage. The mountains here don't seem to have any material, components, etc. So we'll just finish this off. Who is going to be the fastest walker? Probably I'm going to send Oriana to deliver. Or actually maybe someone who has high social skill. Maybe Mara. I'll send Mara. Well, but my power is going to come back on, and Mara's going to be more useful researching once it's on. So, Tails, Oriana, I'll send Oriana. I've decided. The MI site is now cleared, so current project will be to convert Gray. That's what's next. Let's get on out of here. Reform caravan to back home. Components, Go Juice, Plasteel. I don't need a chain shotguns, Molotovs. Molotovs probably should be a forbidden weapon, considering it really just serves to set my base on fire. But I'm gonna bring the uranium gibbet cage, the heaters, all the food, and glitteral meds. I'm not gonna weigh myself down with the steel. Maybe a revolver. Okay, yeah, that will do. I don't want a slave collar. All right, send. And then split Oriana with the robe, the Stellic crown, the Go Juice, some drugs, the pack of survival meals, and berries, and meds. She is going to go visit Guacamole. Everyone else is going to go home. Power is on. The good. These hoppers are obviously going to switch to from vegetarian to meat, as vegetarian is rare. And let's go ahead and remove insect and human. Copy and paste, 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 paste. Aoife, I'm going to have you fill the hoppers. So we're back to NPM. So everybody at home now will eat nutrient paste. We are transhumanists, so we don't mind nutrient paste. There's no penalty for it. We are also going to be making the lavish carnivore meals as well. And that also means, because we're going to be eating nutrient paste, there will be no more instances of food poisoning, because nutrient paste does not carry food poisoning risk. Why can't I clean up there? Aoife, what the heck? Clean the dirt. I'm staring at dirt. I am literally staring at the... Oh, because it's not my home zone. Dirt. Alright. Clean the dirt. Have I ever thought about a playthrough with Combat Extended? No, not really. Okay, it's clean. Renona, you get to eat one of these carnivore meals because your mood is so bad. Go, Magic, go! So Bernona's doing all of the drugs. She's also going to use the supercharger. And Bernona, if you're using a supercharger and you have a crippled leg for now, I'm going to have you plant the farm. Can you stop doing all the drugs? Oh my god. How many drugs are you going to do? 100% of them? So no more cooking for you. No more constructing, no more hunting. Please plant the farm. Our farmer's back. I'm going to turn off the grow light until the farm is actually planted. There's no point in drawing all the power away. Does the wooden cord only give 1 wood? It gives like 1 or 2 yield. It's pretty low. You need massive fields of it in order for it to be sustainable. And the other supercharger used on Aoife. Alright, cool. Can't I use the Arctic Wolf to move things? I could, but the map is full of dangers. They're full of mech clusters and the like, so I don't want to risk the wolf hauling things with so many dangers out there. It's not worth the risk. There's not enough needing to be hauled anyway. In fact, well, alright, I can put them on close zones, I suppose, and see what they can haul. And we've been ambushed. Thanks, Jazz. Reliable as ever. It's just one dude named Moody. The problem is Moody has a bolt. Oh no, that's a pump shotgun. Okay. Enjoy your... Oh, you have an infection. That's not good. Did he get an infection literally as we entered? Ah, lame. And none of you are doctors? Doubly lame. Tailson's also guilty of something. Probably friendly fire. Take him down. Alright, he's down. Alright, reform caravan. I will take your fine meals. Thank you for the extra food. I'll take your... But I don't want your pump shotgun. Alright, Bernona's replanting the farm, and then once Kadath gets home, we will start to seriously invest some time and effort and energy into Bionics. Which means I need to mine up some of the plasteel, which was here. And the only people that should mine it are people that are good at mining, so I'm going to send Aoife to go with her neural supercharge, which should help with the mining, over to mine that. I have a very limited amount of plasteel available to me terrestrially on this map tile. So I have some uranium here, the plasteel that I had just marked for mining, and that might be it. I think there was one other node, but I used it. And now Gray has an infection. Oh no, there, right here. Well, there's some plasteel. Oh, it's already queued. I just need to add to the close. That plasteel is kind of close to the mech cluster. Ambush more like suicide mission? Yeah. That was not very hard ambush. Not very hard at all. Wow. They prefer the live boars over the dead corpses. What are the yellow things in the ruin? Beds. These are ancient beds. I can change their color depending on who I assign them to. I assigned them to slaves so that my people wouldn't use them, because I don't want my people sleeping like out in the middle of nowhere. All right, Jazz is no longer capable of walking. Now let's take a look. The infection here is about even, 8 to 9. And then Jazz's infection is 20 to 17. So they are beating their infections a bit. How do I choose maps? This one was totally random. It's just totally random map. It is a 400 by 400. And then the Gloom Seekers was another totally random map as well. Oriana's just about gotten to the orange Guacamga. Seriously. Psychotron female. If Aoife and Bernona already didn't have enough things messing with them, guess what? Mental break. Hey. You're okay. Alright, she wants a hood. Let me do that for her at least. And then Aoife, just get home right now, because I don't want you having a mental break next to the mech cluster. Oriana's at the Guacanga, whatever they are. And we completed that quest. We now have the literal meds. And I can sell the Stellic Crown to them, which I think I will do for silver. Do I ever actually experience technical problems with large maps? Balance problems, yes. Technical problems, no. Okay, let's pause. Good. We re-entered not next to a mech cluster. Fantastic. So, really large maps can be very hard to hunt and things like that because of the simple, massive amounts of distance between you and your prey, meaning that I had to stock a rice trap. But generally speaking, no, I haven't had any technical problems. Well, Mara, you are zippity. Oh, right, because you have the Go Frenzy buff. And these guys back here need treatment, and they're bringing up the rear. Well, at least it's nice to have our power back for creature comforts. And then, why are you sleeping? Oh, right. Animals just go to the... Let's check out pet haulers. So pet haulers has them avoid the mech clusters and stay relatively close to the base. So yeah, we'll employ pet haulers again. I am going to hit yet another pulsar because we're about to have a bunch of mental breaks as a result of the ambient temperature. Or not ambient temp. Well, I guess, yes, the ambient temperature, but also as a result of the droner. And I'll install one of these heaters as well. Trying to warm the place up a bit for my sleepers to be not slept in the cold. Switch food to the NPMs? Sure thing. I will spot eat for... oh boy. Oh boy. I will spot eat for mood, though. I don't know who can dock you. Tailson, try? And then Kadath and Jazz. Jazz, get to bed. So I will start using fancier meds if the infection really starts to take root. I'll keep an eye on that closely, because we don't really have any good doctoring here. Well, has nothing left back in his tank. Do you have wake up on you? You do not. Does Bernona? No. Well, that sucks. Just go to sleep. I'll have Kadath do it. And yeah, I'll be preaching health. I'm just trying to figure out which ones. I guess Gray is in the most trouble. So Gray, wake up. Oh, nope. Wrong religion. Oh boy. Alright, so let's preach to Jazz. I forgot about the conversion that is necessary, but that's why it's up there. Well, I point to it, but you guys can't see it. Jazz, hold up. Stay in bed. So I'll probably need to kick... yeah, I'm definitely going to be able to need to kick that up to Glitterworld. Or cut off his arm entirely. Your heresy is going to get you killed. Yeah, it sure will. You better stop believing in Krishna's army and start believing in survival. Or survival not included. So, Catty Cat 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 Death. I am going to take you off a bed rest because you're not infected, and I need you to fabricate me advanced components, and then a bionic leg for Bernona, and then a bionic eye for Oriana. All right, Jazz, you're okay. 95 out of 80, you're fine. Gray is barely keeping up. Can't be tended in 5 hours, so in 5 hours I will do that. Perfect figure desired. No, you don't get anything you desire. Shut up. No offense, but shut up. And you're immune. Cool. The preach health, I'm sure, help with that a bit. Okay, Gray is going on a food binge. Guess what, Gray? Congratulations, you are now a prisoner. Congratulations. You lose your gun privilege. In fact, Bernona is going to take the gun back. And then, you're going to be in here until we convert you. Because, you were naughty, and I'm trying to keep you alive the best I can. And you were trying your very best to commit suicide, so I'm just preventing you from committing suicide. So, who is the best doc now? Probably Kadath still. So, Catty Cat Cat is going to make sure you do not super die as soon as I can tend to you, which is in 2 hours. We're going to tend to you with Glitterworld meds. I'm not going to say you're worth it, so I don't necessarily believe that. But I'm trying not to have another Zenny event. Oh, setting him to prisoner reset his medical preference. Thanks, Desu. Indeed it had. I would have probably noticed sending Kadath over to do the tending and noticed that it was not Glitterworld. In fact, I don't think Kadath is using Glitterworld. I think he's trying to... Okay, so let's watch this. Yes, okay, that is so frustrating. He has herbal meds on him. So he's like, you know what? I'm just going to do it with herbal meds. Even though Glitterworld is clearly set as the recommended preference, I have to have him drop the herbal meds and forbid it in order to use the Glitterworld. And this has happened before, which is absurd and obscene and is a bug that needs to get fixed immediately. Because what the hell? My cook is stealing NPM from the hoppers. Yeah, that's fine. I really don't care. That looks like a bug. So another thing I could do if Gray is having a really bad time and doesn't catch up, let me prep for that possibility. Is setting up another biopod. Because a biopod will heal all current ailments. So... Actually, what were we working on? I don't know what you're doing. But Tailson, I'm going to have you set up a biopod. Because if Gray can't catch up, I could also just cut off his arm. Actually, well, I'll have you all vote. What do I do? Lop off his arm. Set up a pod. I'm going to start working on a pod, because having a second pod isn't a terrible idea. But whether I use it or not will be up to you. I'm going to just combine these two spots for the pod. So the sterile tiles are necessary to decrease the amount of time spent in pods. And then the walls keep that, you know, make it so that it's its own room. We still, to note, we still might not have to lop off his arm. I'm not entirely sure of that. Hey, Remathep. Thanks for the raid, buddy. You're playing Space Engineers? My community has been asking me to play Space Engineers for quite some time, but I am more of the playing Stationeers. I know they're pretty similar, but how was playing Space Engineers today? And welcome. For all of you raiders, if you're wondering what is going on, the About tab, or the About command, pretty much has all of the information you need. The rules, the ideologies. If you're unfamiliar with RimWorld, this is not for beginners, as I am deep into some of the hardest difficulties of RimWorld, but welcome. And here, Yoda will say hi. My mascot. So I'm going to set up a pod anyway. Like I said, just in case we need one. It's always nice to have a pod ready to go with a healing cycle. But let's take a look at Gray's health. 87 to 88 with a 10 quality of 72%. I think he'll be okay, but I will be prepared to rip off his arm if he isn't. Gray will live. Well, it depends if I'm using 3 speed or 1 speed. But if I use 1 speed, Gray should live by the end of the pull. He's actually going to survive. I don't think he is going to need either of these, because he is just about tied, and in the instances of ties, the tie goes to the pawn, but it's very close. You actually die at like 101 or 100.5%, giving you a little bit of wiggle room in the case of ties. So I'll keep an eye on his immunity to see. Yeah, his immunity is only maybe like 0.2% behind and catching up. So pretty soon here, he'll catch up and be ahead. But so that we don't do another Zenny like we're the Gloomseekers, I'm gonna actually watch him like a hawk. Yeah, he's ahead. 93% to 92%. He's functionally ahead, and he won't need tending in the next 6 hours, so he survives. He survives without drugs. You're lucky, dude. I was about to chop off your arm. 2/3 of the people here voted for your arm to chop off, but you're saved by the hairs of your chinny chin chin. Right, girl? Chinny chin chin? Chin? Come here. Yeah, chin. But we'll have another Biosculpt pod, and I suppose that allows me to have you all vote on who goes in it. Whether it's Kadath, or Tailson, or Bernona. All 3 are eligible. Or actually, we could even vote on what type of cycle, too, I suppose. Oriana doesn't need one, because she already has a pod on her own. Yep, so, immune. Survived. Yep, there's a new pod. I wonder if I think I could just turn them off when I'm not using them. So let's have you vote. What kind of cycle are we going to put in? What sort of pod cycle? Healing, aging, pleasure. With. And I'll explain the benefits while you vote. So healing removes scars and heals all of your current wounds. It does not do stuff like bad backs or asthma, but it's just scars and current wounds only. Aging reverses or takes a year off your life. Not a year off your, adds a year to your life. So in the instance of, I'm really curious what happens if we de-age someone who's really young, like Gray. I don't know if, I mean, hypothetically you can go to like 0. I'm not really sure. I haven't tested it. But for some of your older people, like Aoife here, who's 58, every year that she ages, she risks having frailty or dementia or stuff like that. So de-aging reverses your age, removes a year, and prevents you from having age-related diseases as a result, like cataracts and dementia and that. And Aoife and Mara are both 58. Tailsin is 55. Kadath is younger. And then Jazz is 59. And Jazz has already had a bad back, which is why he received a bionic spine. So de-aging is going to be important to our community because our community is kind of old. And then Pleasure Cycle just makes you happy. Pleasure Cycle is cheaper and faster and just makes you happy. Start the grow light? Yeah, thank you for the reminder. Sark. Mr. Or not Sark. Robs. DH someone to 0. Yeah, I'm sort of curious if that's like possible. If it is, that'd be pretty funny. And Oriana's home. And she is going to grab this yak on her way home. This yak that got grizzlied. Might as well. Welcome back, girl. And she comes bearing gifts. She has Glitter World meds now from that trade. She's hungry, probably. No, she's not even that hungry. She's fine. This community is becoming close to a retirement home. I take offense. We've got a lot of good fights left in us. Oh, Bernona, why are you doing that? No, girl. Turn around. She's like walking halfway across the map to remove a roof. Sounds terrible. We have 3 advanced components out of the 4 that we need, and you all say vote for a healing pod. Got it. So let's prepare a healing cycle. And we are going to put in raw meat. So then I've explained this before, but the way these pods work is then you have to load in a certain amount of nutrition, like meat, into it. And as you can see, my raw meat's actually a little low. So I'm going to cancel the load for now. I will eventually load up a healing cycle, but then we have to vote on who gets healed. So who goes into the pod? Bernona. I'm just going to shorten it for Bren, which would heal her leg scar. Tailsin would heal leg scar too. I'm going to call him Tally, like Tally Zora. And then Kadath has a shoulder scar, so I'm going to call him Cad. And that would be it. Those 3 are the ones eligible. So here is that poll of who goes into the healing pod when the healing pod is ready. Are Gauranlen trees no good? No, not really. For the amount of effort and time it takes to maintain the Gauranlen tree, the bonus is pretty pathetic when compared to the anima trees. You know, if you compare the amount of time investment it takes into an anima tree for the bonus, and compare that to Gauranlen trees to the bonus, anima trees kicks butt, whereas Gauranlen trees are they're fun, but they're garbage. Changed my mind. All right, so here we go. I'm setting up some potato bait so that we can kill some more meaty herbivores or omnivores that want my potatoes. Oh, Bernona, why'd you do that? All right, so Bernona should not be walking over here to remove roof. That's just stupid. That's just so stupid. So, Bren, I am going to deprioritize your construction so you don't ever do that again. You're going to be constructing, cooking and growing because you're so slow right now. But while you're out here, haul the silver. A posture check. That's a bummer. You hope they get a buff. I mean, they're not terrible, but really the issue is you have to spend a considerable amount of time pruning the tree. So there's ways to speed that up, I guess, which would be to have plant arms maybe, or high manipulation and high consciousness and all that. But I mean, honestly, it's really just not that efficient. You spend a lot of time for very little bonus. What is shooting? Are we hunting? Who's being shot at? Oh, for real? So dumb. So dumb. So dumb. So he self-tamed with the mech cluster shooting at him. And you all say CAD should go in. Got it. Warg, listen to me, dude. Go to Area 1. This Warg's a foregone conclusion, I think. Also 11 years old, so near the end of the Warg's natural life cycle. And not listening to my zoning, so Warg dead. Good job. You committed suicide, Warg. Jolly good work there. And now you're on fire and you're gonna die. Alright, cool. Best self-taming ever. And for my next trick, the most worthless self-taming known to man. Seppuku. Alright, who's my hunting? Bernona shouldn't be hunting anymore, so Tail and Oriana will hunt, I guess? Don't tend to the Warg. Isn't that out of your zone? Oh, you're not restricted. Glad I caught that. Puppy treats. Here's one for Yoda. Here's one for Tusky. And it died. Surprise to no one. In fact, I think it's probably just gonna burn and disappear. I like how this mech cluster spawned with steel barricades, and the Auto Inferno turrets set the barricades on fire, thereby removing the protection. The cluster technically just destroyed parts of itself. Delicious. Oh, this panning out of the zone crap is awful. Get out of here with that garbage. All right, I'm gonna have Tilson and Oriana ambush this thing at the same time so it doesn't have a chance to leave. No one listens to zones when they're on fire. That's only partially true. There are some exploits in order to have people listen to zones while they're on fire, which is you create two zones next to one another and you keep toggling between them, and it keeps resetting the priorities. And the reason to use that is if you have two pawns, two humans, and one's on fire, and you want the one on fire to stop panicking and running around, you can keep toggling that until the human backup comes and is able to help put them out. And I very, 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 very rarely use that, but it is, it's a viable exploit of zoning, I guess. Don't hoof me. Get out of here. I wish he was chasing the other one. Well, no, Tilson's shooting skill's higher, and he has two eyes. Take your time. It's not like you have an assault rifle against a buck that's wounded. There we go. Holy heck. No, did Magic, you take bites out of this thing? No, you didn't. You just... Yeah, okay. Alright, so we have this pod. Once we have a bit more meat piled up, I will have Kadath go through the cycle. So let's update the current project and heal Cad and bio leg. Bless you, Tusky. Is there any way to heal pets of vanilla other than healing mech serums? Luciferium. It's not a good way. I don't advise it, but it's... You can, technically. Get them hooked on Luciferium and have them go that way. Alright, another thing I want to ask you all is, do you want me to kick off a conversion ritual soon? Tomorrow. Should we attempt to convert Gray tomorrow? As like a sort of a high priority. One thing I would mention though, is I feel like minors in this game, you know, pawns that are under 18, should be easier to convert by default. Oops, that's supposed to be a bed for you. Just because I feel like if they're not 18 yet, they're probably a lot more impressionable and would be way more willing to listen to adults, unless of course they have like abrasive or volatile personalities. But I think actually volatile personalities are more likely to convert because they're volatile. I don't know, I have to look into that, but I think I remember seeing that. Gray's sleeping out of his bed because it was a medical bed, and he didn't need medical treatment, so he kicked himself out. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and suspend the carnivore lavish meals because you don't have a lot of meat, and work on getting meat instead. I don't think there's a lot of good hunting out here anymore. This thing's been chewed up so much that there's not a lot of meat left. What about this elk? Yep, same deal. Fresher, but also really far away. The ambrosia's gone, so let's remove this. Check the other ambrosia. So there was ambrosia down here. It's gone. So we can remove it. That horse has no legs left. I think all my ambrosia's gone now, right? That was the last two zones. Because I had a third one that went pretty early on as well. Biopod should have a massive regrow limbs option using human meat. I don't know if that's all that balanced. Because if you were bloodlust or cannibal or, you know, whatever, human supremacy, that you would negate that penalty in lore, because that would only make sense. And then you could just, you know, it's a bit strong. All right. Yes, we are going to try to convert Gray. Well, it's 9 in the morning and everyone's ready. One thing I want to do, Aoife, go clean up the temple for me. Because it's full of gardener's blood, and the nicer the temple is, the better the conversion will be. Let's begin the conversion ritual. The expected... Oh, the speaker's Bernona? Oh, that's a bummer. The expected outcome is 62%, which hopefully will be effective. And here we go. The other problem is Bernona's probably the one hauling Gray over, and Bernona only has one leg and one scarred up leg. So this kind of sucks. It's very, very slow. Everyone's waiting patiently in this grove here. And it started snowing heavily. As Bernona's hopping over, holding Gray with one leg to stand on. Hard snow. Alright, don't screw this up, Bernona. I know you only have a social skill of 4, but people voted that you would become our speaker. And it was ineffective. And his certainty has increased. Or his, her, I don't even know. Okay. Whatever. It happens. Longer in the prison for you, then. I'm curious. I don't think my rice trap or potato trap at this point has worked. Where are you going? Wolfie? Jesus. Alright, Mr. Kadath. Make the leg as the toppest of top priorities. Bernona is getting high. Oriana's pruning the tree to try to get a second dryad. That tree had been neglected for a while. As you can see, it's 3.5 hours per day just to get dryad number 2. You know what? Just settle for dryad number 1. I don't even care. Once I'm not pressed for work and have farms that need harvest, we can try for more dryads. But right now I have a bit of a food shortage and we're heading into winter, or we're in deep winter. Dryads aren't really yeah, I don't care. All right, looks to me like my stone cutting needs to end. So after this granite block, this will be the last, because we're traveling this far for it, which is absurd. Mara should be put back on research, so let's get her off of craft as well, so that she helps out with research. Checking the perimeter, making sure that there's no trees that have died naturally, that I can fill in the walls for. Yes, this one did. Nice. All right. So convert gray will still be part of the goal now. Heal CAD and a bio leg. So here's the bionic leg, nearly done. All right, so with the bionic leg done, Bernona has the best bed in the colony. So I'm going to install a light in it. You are going to get operated upon. So it's your left leg that is totally shattered. The room is clean, and Orion is going to start. I'm going to anesthetize with herbal meds and then do the rest of the surgery with Glitter World. Destroy the vintage research bench? No, there's no point in doing that. All right, now switch up to Glitter World. Oh, feed her, I guess. If I do, I haven't completed all the non-microelectronic research, and when I do that older research, I'll be able to have a third researcher, which will be Gray, because Gray has a burning passion in it. Light doesn't increase surgery success chance anymore, only speed. No, I don't believe that's true. Let me see. So sight is 40% important to a 100% max, and sight is affected by light level. So no, you want lit spaces. Okay, that's done. She is now going to be faster than ever. She still has a scar on her other leg, but we'll bionic that in the future. Oriana, your eye will be next. And then probably other limbs as well. And then if we take a look at 10 quality as well. Medical 10 quality is also driven on sight. Speed is also sight. Operation speed is sight. You know, sight drives a lot of things, which is why blind plays are really, really brutal. Oh, hey, the trap worked. We got a big boy out here. the bait. Let's go back inside. I'm over. Where are you going? What direction are you going? You're going the wrong way. Here, let me not use my steel. I probably won't need it. Didn't need it. Oh, so the updates to the darkness meme have changed some of those things. So I'll have to recheck the game code. If they're changing things, you know, I haven't read the patch log since the original 1.3 announcement. Oh, something's happening. Allies under threat. White Anteater, Green Chief of the Zago Union, recently rescued 2 tribesmen from a mechanoid hide holding pen. They want me to guard them for 15 days, and then they'll send a shuttle. A mech cluster will deploy nearby. They will also send 6 heavy archers under my control that could die without any consequence. And the rewards is 11 Luciferium and a recon helmet, L-Tex helmet and gold, or skill trainer social, advanced components, and jade. Do we house the prisoners for 15 days? Yes or no? And that's the Zago Union. So the Zago Union is the other gentle tribe. Are they the nudist one? Let me check. Which one's the nudist one? No, they're not the nudist one. I already have 2 mech clusters on my map tile, so a third wouldn't be super detrimental. Oh, the certainty is really coming down after talking to Aoife. Aoife's rocking that certainty. Research command. Oh, Mara, put your seat back. There you go. I could use their people to kill mech clusters. I could, but 6 heavy archers ain't gonna kill much, I'm afraid. Okay. My grandmother of Tailson and Oriana are here to siege me. Hey, Bernona, how recovered are you? You're still woozy? Just thinking for a second. Hey, Tony the Surgeon. That's a name I recognize. So their weapons are all CQB. Oh, sucks to be you guys. Sucks to be you guys. Magic. Get to the Grove. I don't want animal haulers to get hurt here. Poison synthesis has been tech printed. I'm gonna wait for the mortars to be delivered, or the materials for the mortars to be delivered. And you guys say vote no. All right. Nah, it is. Bye-bye. All right, unfortunately, it looks like I'm going to be attacking from the water, so let me go around the long way. So these guys, their longest range weapons is a revolver. And they have cloth, packaged meals. Yeah, they got They got the deliveries. So let's update close. Okay, we're not that close. Thank you for tuning in to the Keepers of the Gauranlen Grove, which originally aired live on Twitch. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. Keep in mind that the live stream is about 30-40 hours ahead of this episode. If you would like to catch a live stream, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. As a little reminder, this was recorded on July 26th, which means I was playing version 1.3.3072. Thank you for watching. I will catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell.